Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we back with another one. You know what time it is. It's the Bold Prediction Sports. We coming at you with the weekly, well not weekly, but we coming at you with the season picks on the schedules. Following up, pretty much getting to the tutor of the end here. I'm that dude with the beard. That's Mr. KC. What's going on with it, brother?
Oh, just getting excited. We're counting down these days until this NFL season, and your boys just marking them off the calendar like Christmas is about to come or something. It's pretty anticipated in this household.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely not lying here. It is the most wonderful time of the year because it gets closer to the kickoff. So I definitely am anticipating some good action, and I'm ready for it. Like I said, I need more banners to hang up, more posters to get. It's time to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get ready to dive on in. We're gonna dive on into a team uh, in the North that I have no faith in at all, and we'll see what the schedule looks like here. We'll see. We'll see what they got going on. It's the Cleveland MF and Browns. The Cleveland Browns. By God, let's get this thing going. Let's pull it up. Let's see what we're doing. Week one, you are hosting the Dallas Cowboys,
Ooh.
and I got you opening the season with a loss
Yeah,
already.
I'm going to open up with a loss too there. This got upset potential now.
They're gonna be upset that they lost their opener. Is the only upset that it's gonna be. Uh, After that, you're traveling down to Jacksonville to play Android 17 and the Jaguars, and I got Jacksonville all the way in this one. You start off the season 0-2, and if Mr.
Well,
KC, oh, there you go,
yeah, yeah, I'm going to go with Jags as well.
gotcha. I was just gonna say if Mr. KC was here, I'm sure he'd be going Jacksonville on that one. Uh, Week three here, you get to host the New York Football Giants, and I have you opening up at 0-3. You lose this game at home as well. It's just typical Browns football, honestly.
And I've actually got the Browns winning that game. I think this will be a kind of get right, feel better game, for the season. You get to 1-2 at least. You get one on the board.
Gotcha. So we got him at 1-2 on his end, 0-3 on mine. Moving on to week four, where you are going out to Vegas to play the Raiders, and I got you losing that game too in Las Vegas. But goodbye. I mean, like, it's just easy work almost at this point. The Browns are almost better than a bye.
I'm actually going to go Browns over the Raiders.
Ooh,
The Raiders are trash. It's one of the worst. I mean, you want to talk, most of these teams are in quarterback situations, right? And even still, the Browns find themselves in
they ain't got
somehow
no
a slightly,
weapons. They don't have
slightly better,
just no
slightly better
weapons. They don't
situation.
no weapons. At least the Raiders got offensive weapons. They still got arguably the best receiver in football.
They
Uh,
do, yeah, and he makes a big difference too.
so
Do not underestimate Adams out there for the Raiders. Like he still produces with nothing around him. And that's the sign of a quality wide receiver.
exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he got you at 2-2 on the season. I got you at 0-4, Cleveland. Then we're moving on here. Let's scroll down. We got week five. We got y'all versus the Commanders. And this is in Washington here. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Commanders in this game. You talk about a game that needs to be won. Oh, did I disappear?
No, you're still there. Yeah, I
Oh,
guess it looked like you might have froze up on me for a second. But yeah, I'm actually going to go Browns over Commanders personally. I think the Browns have a better overall roster than the Commanders, but the Commanders are really depending on a rookie
So,
quarterback that we've got some question marks there.
right. And I believe that whatever Cleveland got coming out at quarterback ain't gonna be enough. I don't even know who's gonna be starting. Who's starting week 1 for them?
It should be Watson. It's supposed to be.
We'll see. That's a tall order to ask of him. You know, he ain't played in years. Uh, so, moving on here to week 6, I have you playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia, and I have you taking an L there. You ain't won yet, Cleveland. And I mean, like I said, me and Mr. KC indifferent about it, but not yet. It ain't your time yet.
We may be indifferent on how many wins they have, but we're not indifferent on the Eagles winning this game over the Browns. Give me you fly, Eagles, fly. What are you supposed to say?
Right. No, I'm just saying. So there you go, right there. But luckily, the first win of the season for you here, which I had picked earlier in the schedule, week 7, you get to play the Cincinnati Bengals, and I have you winning that game. I did pick the Browns to beat the Bengals just because I know the Browns can beat the Bengals. I've seen them do it. And I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback in Cincinnati that week either. But it's going to be more than enough for the Browns to get their first win of the season.
And I'm right there with you. This is probably a upset alert to everyone outside of Cleveland. People are going to say, "Wow, you're really picking the Browns over Cincinnati," and the Browns fans know why we're picking the Browns over Cincinnati because they are more than capable of winning this game. And if there's any kind of slip up in Cincinnati, it heavily leans towards the Browns.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Not at least not in my mind, anyway. Um, I almost feel like it's too much of a gimme game, but we'll see. We'll see.
Right? In
So,
that ballpark.
right, that's what I'm saying. It's right up their alley. So, we got you there. Boom. We got your first win on the season on my end, like I was saying, but you're on the board, needless to say here. After that, here, you're playing, let me scroll down. Slow computer. There we go. You're playing Big Trust and the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm definitely going with the Ravens. Not a doubt in my mind, week 8. Baltimore wins that game. Should win it easily. Mr. KC, how you feel about that?
Cakewalk for Baltimore.
Moving on here to week 9. We got them. Oh no, yeah, they're hosting the Los Angeles Chargers, and I actually picked the Browns to win this game at home, just because the Chargers is a cluster fire, dumpster fire as well. Like I said, because I'm considering Battle of the Bums with most of these teams that they're playing, but I just they got enough to squeak past the Chargers because they gave up all their weapons too.
Yep, Battle of the Bums, but not quite bum enough to be called the Chargers. Give me the Browns over the Chargers as well.
Man, yeah. Week 10, you get your bye week, get to reassess some things, get some things together, and then you come out week 11. You get another bye week because you're going down to New Orleans to play the Saints. So you get another win there coming out the bye. You're feeling good in Cleveland. What you think, Mr. Casey?
Yeah, I think this is a close one. Oh, I kind of want to say the Browns, but I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
Just do it. Go with it. Go with your soul.
Let me get the Browns. Go ahead and mark me down.
Oh, because after that, let's see here. Week 12, who do you got? Oh, it's a wrap. You're playing the eventual champions of the North. It's the first time you play Pittsburgh, and you already know I got them sweeping y'all this season. So let's go ahead and type in Steelers here. Matter of fact, I'm just going to put Berg. Here we go. And then week 13, ooh, you get to play the Broncos. I'm going to give you the win there. And I believe
Hey,
Mr. KC is on the same page as me with that.
Yeah, I can dig that.
And then week 14, this time you go to Pittsburgh to lose to the Steelers.
Yep,
And
both times.
that'll complete the sweeper rule. And moving on to week 15, it just gets more drastic for you because then you have to play the reigning, defending, undisputed NFL champion Kansas City Chiefs. And we all know how that's ending. So let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
this
put
that's the game you did not need on the schedule. You know,
it.
you could have gone completely without that, have been perfectly fine.
Man, because after that, I mean, you get one more win of the season that I can see. Um, well, no, actually, you lose this one. I had you splitting. You lose week 16 in Cincinnati somehow, just because you're demoralized at this point almost after playing the Chiefs. I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah, you got to split. We could have it backwards. This could be the game that the Browns win
Right.
and the Cincinnati won earlier in the season or something like that. I could see a split.
And then after that, let's go here. I'll pull that here. After that, you have the Miami Dolphins, and you're hosting the Miami Dolphins. And this one is always a little bit closer than expected when playing the Dolphins.
And
And
hosting it is a huge advantage. You know, you're talking about a Miami team coming up to Cleveland in the middle of December. That sounds like a tall task for Miami. But I'm still going Miami. Fins for the win. You know how it goes.
yeah, I almost want to pick the Dolphins too. I'm pretty sure I probably did when we talked about it at first. I'm gonna put the Fins with an asterisk here because I'm pretty sure Cleveland might win this game just because of the factors that you mentioned. And if there's any kind of snow on the ground, it's a wrap. So,
Yeah.
um,
And realistically, if they're without Tua at this point of the season,
well, you know what?
they're
I'm gonna give the Browns the win. Browns, her weather,
upset
in my
alert.
note, and Tua. Boom. So yeah, I'm giving the Browns the win there. That's the one. That's the one. Your last win of the season, because after that you play big trust in the Ravens again, and that's over. And that well,
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty close to what I thought they were going to be at, too. It puts me at 8 and 9 on the season, and I probably would have guessed a 6-win season. So I feel pretty optimistic with the 8-win total there.
I got them at 5 wins.
Yeah,
Five wins.
I feel like that is kind of their spread for them is in that 5 to 8 kind of range. That sounds very appropriate for the Browns.
It does, and all of that hinges because honestly, I don't care if Watson plays or not. Because it's just like there's no weapons there. This isn't the same Watson of old. And it's not like he's even been playing enough to mature his game. It's like you're banking on what worked for him in college almost 8 9 years ago, however long it's been. It feels like you're banking on that to come and play a factor in what he's going to do for your team right now. And it's just like it's the most foolish quarterback situation the Browns have ever put themselves in, and I know they regret it, but they got to save face and just keep doing what they're doing because what else can you say at this point besides holding a press conference and saying everybody know we was wrong, we acknowledge it, and unless you fire everybody in the front office, dude, it's Cleveland. So we'll just put it
I
like
mean,
that.
what else could you really say for the Browns? You know, they are in a tough spot. And you know, you can argue for Watson if you want to, but my argument would be a half retired Joe Flacco came in and balled out better. So you're in trouble.
Right.
This is a serious situation with a contract you can't get out of. You can't even ditch it like the Broncos did.
You
You're
can.
stuck like Chuck.
Well, you really can. Like, there's really nothing that you can do but just ride it out at this point. That's literally the only thing you can do in this situation.
Right. Right.
So I just, yeah. Anyway, moving on, folks. Here, another team that I've been waiting to talk about, waiting to see what their schedule look like because Mister KC, if he's picking them, these dudes, them are going undefeated. We got the New York Jets. So let's
Oof.
go ahead and dive on into it here. A little sip of the potion. Hmm.
Gonna need it for these guys.
Hell yeah, not lying. So week one, you start off the season with a resounding L. And if not an Aaron Rodgers injury, even if he's playing, you start off at the San Francisco 49ers, who's fresh off of a disappointing moment, to say the least. And you get to host them, and it's prime time, 8:15. The Jets lose. You losing in San Fran. Good night.
This game, I say this often: upset alert, upset alert, upset alert. Man, you know what? Oof. This is a team that does not match up well for the 49ers. The 49ers are in more trouble in this game with an asterisk. We need to start out the season with an asterisk because we're going to need Aaron Rodgers to play more than like 5 snaps here. Right. We're going to need Aaron Rodgers the entire game. Give me the 49ers. Give me the 49ers.
Ooh, I was wondering where he was going with that, folks. So I'm just like, if he's not about to do it, we're
I
gonna
about
see.
did. Sometimes you look over the cliff and then you see how high you are and can't make that jump.
I understand. All right, so moving on here, week two. I got you starting off on two because you traveled in on to Tennessee, and ladies and gentlemen, if you remember the last episode, I had the Titans beating the Jets, starting off their season 2-0, and looks like the Jets starting their season 0-2. Good night. I got Tennessee at home versus the Jets.
I've definitely got the Jets. This is better than a bye. This is what you get in retaliation for having to open the season against the 49ers.
Whew. We're gonna see, ladies and gentlemen, because this one got L written all over it, in my opinion. Quarterback situation. I would even almost go as far as say it's better than what the Jets got because I don't even know if Aaron gonna be there. All these, if we got an asterisk, we only got to put an asterisk next to the Jets as a whole thing because it's just pending quarterback. But if we do that, we have to do that for
Yeah.
every team. So I just have to give it the straight bias that he ain't gonna be there at some point in time because he's been hurt every season since I can remember recently. So I'm going with the Titans. Week three, you move on here and you're playing the New England Patriots. And this is a game that I actually do pick you to win because the Patriots are in such a rebuild mode unless their rookie quarterback comes out rallying under the new coach. We'll see what happens. It's very interesting in the East here because it seems like everything's on the bubble except for Miami. So we'll see what happens. But their quarterback is B plus to say the least. So this whole thing is still kind of wide open, just not for the Bills. But that's a whole nother story. Um, I got the Jets beating the Pats week three.
Yeah, I'm going Jets too. This is a cakewalk game for them. Now there is those unknown factors that we have to worry about with the Patriots, but with the assumption of health that we like to try to assume here, we like to pretend everyone's, we turn the injuries off of Madden on this preseason show. During the regular season, you got to keep them on, of course. But yeah, give me the Jets over the Pats.
For sure. And after that, here you get to play the Denver Broncos. So congratulations, you get 2 wins back to back. You start off now, you get 2-2 on the season, Jets. Who you got, Mr. KC?
I'm going with the Jets. J
He said,
E
I'm going
T
with the
S.
Jets.
Jets,
Okay.
Jets, Jets.
After that, week 17, you're traveling to Minnesota to play the Vikings. And I like the Vikings in this game at home.
Give me the Jets over the Vikings.
Undefeated almost. So what is that? What you got on that? 1,000,001
A
on that
million and
win
one.
total?
I feel like
Ooh,
I'm at four. I'm at four right now.
I got you. Yeah, you got to be because you only got the Niners beating them. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
That's where I'm at right now.
well, moving on here. Vikings, like I said, you get that win right there because after that, I got the Jets playing the Bills, and I've already picked the Jets to sweep the Bills this year. So give me the Jets over Buffalo.
Oh yeah, give me Jets over Buffalo too. I like that. The people may not realize this. You may not have heard the Bills episode. They will not make the playoffs this year, and this is one of those reasons why.
Right. Without needless to say, lack of talent, same thing. Um, moving on here. After that, here, you take another L, Jet fans, because you have to play the eventual champions of the North Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I don't like that game for the Jets. This is one of those ones that is going to surprise Jets fans. I think even on paper, you probably have the better team than the Steelers. But I feel like the Steelers are in a much more they just got the total package over you. You include coaching staff in this argument, and I'm going to
Yeah,
take Mike Tomlin here.
yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah, quarterback room, everything that they got going on is just a better situation for them. So, needless to say, the Steelers get the win there. Um, then after that, here I got you traveling up to New England to pay the Patriots here, uh, and I got the Patriots winning this game.
Really?
I've got the Patriots. I do. They splitting. I got the Patriots winning this game.
Mm, that would not be my assumption. Give me the Jets with a nice cakewalk game. We like these ones on the schedule.
Okay, you're gonna see. I'm telling you, these Jets ain't gonna be what you think. Moving on here. After that, after you lose to the Pats in New England, you get to host the Houston Texans and take another L. And that's just a part of life. It's just the cards that are written for you here. Mr. Casey, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Texans, but I think this is a nice matchup. This is one I'm going to circle preseason that like I'm excited to watch. I'm going to love to watch the defensive matchup of the Jets versus that high-powered Houston offense, but it's an offensive-driven league. Give me C.J. Stroud with a nice performance here.
Oh yeah, probably a 400-yard performance, going crazy.
Ooh,
Um,
maybe.
Moving on here, yeah, dude, it should be, it should even be close. I don't think at that point. Um, Moving on here, next game here. After you lose to CJ, you travel out to Arizona to play the Cardinals, and I got the Cardinals in that game. I remember picking them for the win, and that's another loss for the Jets.
Whew, another easy win for the Jets here on my board. So we're definitely driving different opinions about these Cardinals, but
Yeah, cause I just
it,
don't know who's gonna make all these plays for the Jets to win these games you talking about.
well, I'm wondering the same about the Cardinals. You know,
Marvin Harrison Jr.,
yeah, with which quarterback thrown to him?
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, thanks for proving my. That's the whole point of my
What's the
conversation.
the whole point of your conversation is basing the hope and the whim on a dude who ain't even play, who played less snaps than Kyler Murray in the last 4 years.
Mm. Kyler Murray's going to be. This is October. The new Modern Warfare will be out. The new Call of
Ain't
Duty will
worried
be
about
out.
it no more. He putting in the work
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
everybody was getting off Call of Duty anyway because they tired of the regurgitation. People boycotting duty.
Hey,
Hashtag. But
let's
yeah.
do it.
So anyway, I got the Cards winning that game. And when they do, matter of fact, let me put an extra note here. Crow serve. Gonna serve up some crow that day.
Mhm.
They're gonna serve up some crow that day. After that, here, Jets fans, you're heading. Well, no, not heading. You're hosting here. Let me refresh my screen. Yeah, you're hosting the Indianapolis Colts here, prime time. And what a game for you to lose on prime time to the Indianapolis Colts. I got the Colts winning this game here, especially because their quarterback situation is going to be a better one.
Gee, they got just as many question marks. Give me the Jets.
Mm.
Jettsss.
We ain't got
Jets.
too many
Jets.
questions because once they ain't go down, they who they back up now?
I forgot who they picked up, but we do need to know that. That is important information.
Ooh, good night for them guys. After that, week 12, you get a bye. You go and you can assess the season so far. So far, you got one, two, three wins on the season so far.
Ooh, I think I'm sitting at a solid 8.
Ooh,
Yeah,
he's
it
got
seems
the
heavy. That
he's got
seems a
the
little
Jets.
heavy.
He's got the Jets winning the East. I told you, almost undefeated. Mess for Mr. KC.
Almost. They're
Let's
gonna
see.
give
So
the Finns a run for the money.
we're gonna we're gonna see. Week 13 after the bye week. We have you hosting my boy Gino and the Seattle Seahawks, and I have the Hawks for the win. Without, like, did you say Hawks for the win or Fins for the win? Hawks for the win, without a
Yeah,
shadow of a doubt.
yeah. Give the Sea Chickens the win.
Man, the Sea Commanders, they the best birds on the block. Sky! And so after that, here, moving on, you're traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins here, and I got the Dolphins winning this game here.
Yeah,
But
Finns
you
for
got,
Finns for the win.
are you sure they're not going? The Finns gonna sweep the Jets?
I don't know if they're gonna sweep them because that late game is so cold in New York. You know, I don't like that cold weather for the Dolphins. I don't like that hot weather for the Jets either. So give me the Finns.
Right. Well, yeah, that's good because I'm glad to hear you say that because they're staying in Florida because they got to play the Jags that following Sunday. So I got Jacksonville in that game. And let's go ahead and get ready to wrap up the Jets season, ladies and gentlemen. Who you got in this game, Mr. KC?
Yeah, give me the Jags too. You do not want to be. You already going to Florida in the winter. Like that's going to be rough on the bones. I wonder if they stay in Florida that whole time. It might give them that advantage they need against the Jags.
I don't think so, but we'll see. Maybe. Maybe. Um, After that, here, you got another L as far as I see you got cooked up because you get to go back to New York, but then you're hosting the Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams are just going to take you on down to Chinatown, get you some Peking, and you're just going to be fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Even without Aaron Donald, the Rams are still a dangerous teams. And I like the Rams over the Jets as well.
They're very formidable. And this game here, like I said, to complete the sweep, I have you traveling out to Buffalo to beat the Bills. So I will say you get one more win on the season here.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's a nice win for you there.
And then eventually to be swept by the fans because I'm not Mr. KC. The Dolphins are going to sweep you right under the carpet.
That's the last game of the season. Yeah, give me the.
Go
Oh,
ahead, fans for the win. I know you want to say it.
yeah, Finns for the win. They need the Finns are probably going to need it. Go ahead, and give it to me. That puts me right at 9 wins, and I think that's pretty spot on. You know, I kind of was thinking 9 to 10 wins coming into it, so it puts it right there.
I got you at four and a possible. Four
Well,
wins and a
Jets,
possible.
and if you're mad about the four, just remember this: it puts you in a position to draft your next bust. the next quarterback that's not going to work. So you can give that a shot.
Man, whew, somebody be out there for you, man. You just have to be patient. Moving on to the team here, who may be just as terrible, just because of the situation, but maybe not, man. I got a lot of hope for this team. I always had a lot of hope for them, a lot of upside in my beliefs. We're going to talk about the Washington Commanders. We're going to jump on into Washington. And
Mm.
get my list together here. Like I said, rookie quarterback, rookie weapons, few veterans, offensive line's okay. Ooh,
New
let's
coach.
see. Yeah, let's see. Week one, I have you traveling down to Florida to play the Buccaneers, and unfortunately, you open up the season with a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks are a well put together team.
Yeah, and they got a lot of cohesiveness, and it's just I think it might be too much to overcome week one for a rookie quarterback, and really just trying to get his feet under and having to get adjusted to NFL speed and all that jazz. So we'll see what happens there. Week two, I have you hosting Vanilla Vick and the New York Giants, and I'm sorry you're losing that game too. It's nothing personal. Washington is just you're not ready for it. Who you got, Mr. Casey?
Commanders. Let's give them that first win on the
This
season.
is the Commanders. Oh God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did you pick them to beat them when we went over the Giants? Probably not. He said we're
Probably
just
not.
doing. I
Maybe.
feel
I
you.
might. I might have gave them. It might be a. It's a firecracker of a fight. Look, you want to talk about which flame is brighter? We're gonna find out. Well, we will see which dumpster team is less dumpsterish.
You're not lying. So week three, after that, you're pulling up to Cincinnati to play the Bengals to take that L. Um, it's just 0-3. I mean, but like I said, y'all going through some growing pains, and you're just getting things together. Who you got, Mr. Casey?
Oh, that's an easy loss for the Commanders.
Okay, got you. That's all I'm saying here. But there's always brighter days coming up. Maybe. Let's see who's the next you got. Oh, you're traveling out to Arizona for the Cardinals, and I'm definitely picking the Cardinals to win this game. I'm sure I already did. Mr. KC.
Yeah, the Cardinals aren't a great team, but they're not the Commanders. Give me the Cardinals.
Oh man. And then moving on here to the next game we actually just talked about here, which is going to be your first win of the season because you're playing the Browns week 5, and I did pick the Washington Commanders to win that game at home. You're hosting the Browns. You're going to get that dub right there. Finally on the
Yeah,
books.
yeah. And if you were listening earlier, I also picked the Browns to win this game. So we're still out here
Oh God.
just to join the season.
Oh God. So you so you got them still just they ain't got no wins, huh? I
I
got
got one.
the who you said they gonna beat?
I think it was the Giants.
Oh yeah, the Giants. I forgot you was tripping. Yeah, let me put that in my notes here. Good night. So, but I got you beating the Browns here. After that, here you're traveling out to Baltimore to lose the Big Trust. Needless to say, Mr. Casey's there with me. We're
Yeah.
just gonna slide on down to the next game. Here we go. Bye week. You get to play the Panthers, and I'm definitely picking the Commanders in this
Yeah,
game.
I'm gonna pick the Commanders over the Panthers, but somehow the bye week over the Commanders. Yeah. Give me the Commanders over the Panthers.
My bad. What happened? What'd you say there?
I'm going Commanders over Panthers.
Okay, there we go. So we got you. I got you on a little. Uh, we got your second win of the season right there. Moving on, week 8 for your third because you're playing the Bears. I got the Commanders. Good night.
Now the Commanders could win this game. This is the hardest part about picking the Commanders this season is there's so much unproven talent on that team from top to bottom. Even I'm just gonna go with Chicago though.
He, Mr. KC done had him some good tequila, and
It
I'm
was
on
pretty.
old reliable whiskey, and I'm telling you, there's no like my granddad would tell me. Just like anyway, let me just summarize it. They're not gonna lose. The Commanders win that game, man. They're playing the Bears. The Bears. The
The
Bears.
Bears. There's arguments to be
Brady
made.
couldn't even have helped the Bears. Anyway, moving on here. Uh, then we have you going up to New York to play the Giants again, and the Giants complete the sweep there in New York. Who you got, Mr. KC?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Giants. I think they split on this season.
Okay. And after we got there, so where I got you at now, Washington? One, two. You got 3 wins on the season so far, which ain't too bad. It's kind of around what's expected, considering who you play so far. Because week 10, you get the eventual AFC North champion Pittsburgh Steelers, and you're definitely going to lose that game.
Yeah, the Steelers will thank you for it though.
For sure, for providing them such an easy meal on an easy Sunday. Easy like Sunday morning. Um, After that Thursday night primetime Jeff Bezos Bowl, you're traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. And let me consult my list real quick because I want to make sure. Because in my soul, I almost feel like I picked y'all to beat them once. Because the Eagles are going to be terrible too. They're not going to the Hawks, but are they terrible enough to lose to the Commanders? How many times?
No, no, they're not. The Eagles are not that bad. Look, they may have fallen off a little bit, but they're not losing to the Commanders falling off.
So they may have fallen a scotch. Let me see here. Let me see here. Commander. Yeah, I did pick the Eagles twice. Never mind. So yeah, the Eagles ain't that terrible. They complete the sweep. Might as well mark it up now on that end. So we got the Eagles winning that game. Got to stick true to my guns here. And let's go next game. You are hosting the Dallas Cowboys, and you're gonna lose that game too. Well, you know what? This one could be the interesting one here. But what Cowboys team are we gonna have? I'm going Washington with an asterisk.
Oh,
Pending.
big ol' asterisk.
I mean, looking at how they played them last year, it's not totally unthinkable to think that they couldn't beat them.
I mean, is like Mexico invading Texas or something? Is there something distracting the Cowboys, or
Yeah,
what was the
Jerry,
plan for?
the past tracks for the past 30 years. His name is Jerry Jones.
It's hard to argue against that one. Actually, that might be a. You honor the plaintiff has a point.
uh, so I'm going to Washington with an asterisk, man. I'm giving them that win there. And then I know you got the boys winning. After that, there we go. I got you another win. You're playing the Titans. You got 2 wins
Hey,
back to back.
give me
Let's
that one
do it.
too. I'll
Okay.
grab it.
He's out. Grab it. I'll do that. Okay. So we got y'all with the win there. And then you come up on your actual bye week. So you go into your bye week with a 2 win streak, reassessing some things. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins on the season thus far. increased, increased margins. He's at 3.
I'm
Hey,
at 3.
we still in the range. We'll see what happens here. After you come out the bye week here, your last slate of the NFL season here. Week 15, you are traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. And I'm pretty sure I picked y'all to win that game when I ran my Saints list. So I'm giving to win to Washington.
Yeah, I think the Washington Commanders win this game as well. There's a lot of people are not looking at how much trouble the Saints are currently in, and it's a worse situation than the Commanders. I can promise you that much.
I can guarantee you that much because good night. You went and thought you had the solution at quarterback and shown that it's more than the quarterback, it's the system, it's the everything. You're squandering my boy down there, but I don't know, he ain't staying healthy either. I don't know if it's the nutrition program, but Michael Thomas, man, I wish they had got better for you because you were supposed to be a chief anyway. But like Sean Payton do what he was doing, that's why Sean Payton got paid back with the Pat Mahomes pick because Sean Payton still so many dudes that Andy Reid would want. All these wide receivers, like I said, bro, I can go back to Brandon Cooks. What's the other boy name? We were supposed to get the one who ended up being he was supposed to be a tight end. Well, he was a tight end, but he wanted to be paid like a wide receiver. The first one of them. What
Oh,
was the boy
Jimmy
name?
Graham.
Yeah, Jimmy
Jimmy.
Graham. Then we were supposed to get Michael Thomas, and also, but all Sean Payton slithering in there. That's why we slid up ahead of and took Pat from him. Good night. So rest in peace, Saints. You lose that game to Washington. Moving on to Week 16, you're playing the Eagles, and that'll complete the sweep. The Eagles win that game. I don't think we got any objections from Mr. KC on that.
No, Your
And
Honor.
we have we have coming up next to be determined as far as the time and everything. But you're playing the Atlanta Falcons, and I have the Falcons winning that game at home at that at your house. I mean, they're gonna go and beat you there. And then last game of the season, you're going to Dallas to play the Cowboys, and you're definitely gonna lose that game.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately so.
So no playoffs once again. High pick, maybe get your quarterback, a wide receiver, tight end, depending on how the season goes, some kind of playmaker. But you ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins on the season.
I made it all the way up to 4. I feel like
So
that's right in that
4-6 is
range.
good. 4 to
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I
That's
think
because
that's
the Commanders they've always been scrappy. Like I said, I'm considering a scrap factor. And just if this quarterback can come and make some plays, they can easily get 6 wins on the season.
yeah, and coming into this recording, I honestly didn't expect 4. So that's that I feel like this is a very optimistic show today.
Oh man, gotta look positive and look to the future here. Um, Speaking of, let's move on to the team who might end up being the worst team besides the Panthers in the NFL. I'm talking about the New Orleans Saints.
Mm.
And let's just jump on into it here. Week 1, they're actually playing the Carolina Panthers, and can I put tie? Like that's probably how
Right?
bad the game's gonna be. Like it might go into tie. It might be a tie. I'm actually gonna put that down here. I'm gonna put tie. What you got in that game?
I'm gonna pick the Saints, but I'm also gonna say this is the worst game of week 1.
All right. Week 2, I got them playing the Cowboys, and that's definitely an L. The boys for the win, especially in Dallas. Then after that, you are playing the Eagles, which I've already looked at my list and know that I put the Eagles to win this game because this is one of their many few.
Mm-hmm.
Week 4, you're playing the Falcons. You're definitely going to lose that game here. Um, there's no more scrappiness. There's no more. Kirk Cousins is the clear-cut best quarterback in the NFC South. I mean, just to be perfectly honest. Uh,
I like
Baker,
Baker, but
well, no, Baker's number two is what I was going to say. But Baker's team is more well groomed. He's been there longer and everything like that. But at the same time, Atlanta drafted a dude also. So if anything happens to Kirk, they both learning the system. Everything you can just kind of step on in and use some of that rookie magic, man. We'll see. But I feel like the Falcons quarterback situation is the best in that whole division, whether Kirk Cousins plays or he don't.
absolutely.
So definitely got the Falcons in this game, without no questions. Week 5, you're playing the reigning, defending, undisputed world champion Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, and you know what happens there. You know what happens when we play the Saints. Wins, blowouts typically. After that here, which is gonna be a good day for Baker. They're playing the Buccaneers. I got the Bucks winning this game here. Good
Yeah.
night. So virtually, you're still winless on the season. I got you tied. 1 loss, 2 loss, 3, 4, 5 losses already. Mr. KC Snap, you has 6 losses.
I've got
And
one win.
you gave him a win. Who you got him beating?
The Panthers.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. But did they really win? Oh, they might needed that Leo to get that draft pick. But anyway, we'll see. After that week 7 here, as much as I painfully say it, you're playing the Broncos, and I'm sure the Broncos are going to win that game. Sean Payton revenge, all that jazz. They're just going to play harder. It's the battle of the garbage can, but at least one garbage can is coming in with the roaring fire because somebody just threw a fresh tank of gasoline on it or a fresh lighter pack in that thing, and that mug is roaring. So give me the Broncos.
I'm going Saints just because fuck the Broncos. Um,
I respect
it's
that.
not. It's. I won't bet on the Saints, but I'll still say the Saints.
I respect that. Next game they are traveling out to Los Angeles to play the Chargers, and I have the Chargers winning that game. Um, it's just it's just Sunday playing the Saints. After that, here you get to go to Carolina to play the Panthers, where this time you actually right out beat them. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the Saints. No ties today. We're going to win this time.
Yeah, look, sweet. Bring out the
Yeah.
broom. We're feeling positive.
So we got them for the dub here. Just for you to get ready to host the Atlanta Falcons again that next week and get
Mm.
obliterated more than likely. So I got the Falcons in that game here.
I heard they just go to Atlanta to get $1. That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah,
That's what.
yeah, pretty much. So week 11 here, week 11. I got you playing the Cleveland Browns, and I'm pretty sure I actually picked the Browns to win this game reluctantly when I made my picks earlier.
Well, because you
So
got to bet with your head and not your heart. You know, like with Saints fans, we want you to win this game. We really would prefer if you beat the Browns. However, you're
however,
not.
right, it just doesn't seem to be the thing that's going to happen. So give me the Browns, week 11. Let's update the list here. Let's put it in stone. Week 12, you have your actual bye week. So let's take this time to assess your record here. We have you at let's see here, one. You're at 1-1 on my end. You got one win and one tie, and a devastating amount of L's.
I got all the way up to 3 wins so far. We're looking kind of peachy.
I think they're gonna. You know what? Let me just take the tie off. I'm gonna put asterisk tie on this first one, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the Saints the right out win. But if
All
they
right.
tie that game, I might put $5 on it. Something in my soul. Bet, bet a fiver. Bet a five. Put the if I can find that bet, I'm gonna have to travel out to Hollywood Casino and put that bet
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
ties pay big money. That's a big
I'm
money
trying.
bet.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell you.
they'll pay you for hitting that one.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm like the Panthers and the Saints are gonna tie week 1. I just don't know the score, but it's not gonna be a lot. So let's go.
It's not.
It's not gonna be a lot. So let's go ahead and move on here. After week 12, you have the bye week. You're coming back. You're going. Oh no, you're hosting another LA team, but this one's the Rams, and they're gonna show you how they still do it in Compton. The Rams gonna beat you down, and that's just gonna be what it is. Uh, Mr. KC.
I might have picked you to win if it was the other LA team coming off of a bye, but it's the wrong one. This is not the one you wanted. You messed the schedule up.
This
Could have
ain't
snuck a
right.
win in here.
Right. This ain't the one you want. So after that, here we have you traveling up to New York to play the Giants, and of course, I got Vanilla Vic for the win. Who do you got, Mister KC?
The Giants, unfortunately. I've been real
Yeah.
hard on them this year on picks, and as I'd love to tell you that the Giants lose this game, but unfortunately, they don't.
Perfect. What they just say? Perfect. Uh, in week 15 here, and we had just put this one in stone. You're playing the Commanders, and I got the Commanders winning there. And I believe you, Miss KC, had them winning that game too.
Yeah, I
Week
think I did
15.
too.
So we got you a little L situation back to Beatty. Well, shoot, more than back to Beatty. Boy, you been on a losing tear. Good night. And just for it to get work, because you got to play my boy Jordan Love at the end of pack in Green Bay, and it's December 23rd, so you know it's cold. So I got the Packers. Who you got, Mister KC?
Yeah, the Packers. What'd you do to deserve this game? That ain't fun. That's rude.
He said, "What did you do to deserve that one?" I'm trying to tell you. So I got the pack. Mr. KC got the pack. Moving on week 17, you're heading back out west, but this time you're playing the Raiders. And you know what? Let me check my Raider list. Did we do the Raiders? We had to. I'm sure we done those bones.
Uh, I feel like we had to have done the Raiders. They might be hanging out there though. They
You
might
know,
be.
it might be the one that we haven't done. They might
Yeah,
be the
might.
last one.
Yeah, and shout out to Game on Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, shout out to them. I know they're going to be doing it tomorrow, so it'll be a fun episode to watch.
Yeah, so it's got to be, yeah, they got to be the sole child because, yeah, we only did 3 week 1. Now I'm thinking about it. So they've got to be the odd one out. Um, so let's just go ahead and jump on in. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Raiders lose this game. I'm going to go ahead and give the win on over to the Saints versus the
Oh no,
Raiders.
no, the Raiders are dumb enough to win this game, and the Saints are smart enough to lose it. Give me the Saints,
Yeah,
or give me the Raiders. Excuse me.
no, you said it
So
right.
that bad. Yeah.
You want
It
the
probably
Saints.
that's how you know the Saints are going to win, folks. When I mess it up like that, that's because the words formulated the right opinion.
Right. They said, no, we're going to do a hard reset. So after that, here, last game of the season, we have you traveling back to Florida to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll complete the sweep on the season of the Bucks taking you guys to the river.
To the river. Yeah, I'm taking a L for the Saints here too. Made it all the way to 4, and I feel like that's a good number for them.
You have 3 wins on the season, Saints fans. You sweep the Panthers and you beat the Raiders. Congratulations. You get a pick. Maybe you can get your next quarterback. I don't know what's going to happen. Raiders. It's just what it is, man. We might get to you, but your whole season's like, who really cares? But I'm sure we'll talk about you at one point in time. Or don't fret, don't be sad, Mr. KC. These things are gonna be terrible. What you think, man?
It's a bad year. It's been a real dark. This is going to be a dark era for the Saints. Luckily, with these kind of draft picks, maybe you can turn it around quick.
What to say? They
Probably
in their Bronco
couple
era,
off though. Yeah, a couple off. It's going to take a couple.
right? Are they in their Bronco era now? Good night. Go back to the board. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are the majority of your scheduled picks here. I believe the odd child out is the Raiders, and rightfully so. Like I said, we'll get to them though here, but it would make sense that our mind didn't think about the Raiders being that championships and banners all around here. You
Mm.
tend to forget the little guys. So our apologies here, but we'll definitely get to you here. Mr. Casey, anything you want to add on for the folks?
I just want to shout out. I think it's pretty crazy all the growth on Rumble, all the big time stuff, and we're real proud of that stuff. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe on all Rumble, YouTube, and all that good stuff.
And make sure you share. Let your folks know, let your friends know if they're interested in sports and everything live we got going. They can check us out. You know, comment, subscribe, make their determination, argue with us, whatever they feel like they got to do.
Right,
Man,
for sure.
well, that's tradition. I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC. We appreciate y'all being here, man.